Imports are vital to the United States economy. Each day, the United States imports over $5 billion in goods. These imports include the Indian mango. Although most mangoes in the United States today come from Mexico, the United States has recently lifted a ban on Indian mango imports after India agreed to irradiate its mangoes. Unfortunately, these mangoes from India are extremely expensive and unaffordable. In the past couple of years, the United States economy has been receding in strength. Despite this, Indian mango companies continue to charge unreasonably high prices for their mangoes and profit off doing so. And now we bring you live footage from Washington, D.C., where the President of the United States is expected to address the Indian mango scam in a press conference.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States. Good afternoon, my fellow Americans. I come before you today to inform you of our intention to increase our military pressure on India. I'm ordering the Army, the Navy, and Air Force to draw up plans for strikes on India as we speak.
But sir, this may lead to the start of World War III.
I know the risks. Sit down. But it is time to take a stand. In the past, the American consumer has suffered from the unfair practices of monopolies, companies like U.S. Steel and the Standard Oil Company in the late 1800s, to name a few. Now, we face a new evil, the Indian mango monopoly. While our economy has been receding, Indian mango companies have continued to scam the American people. Some Indian mangoes, such as the Alfonso, are only grown in India, and these Indian mango companies have unfairly exploited this. They maintain their unreasonably high prices without fear of competition from other countries, knowing that Americans will have to go to them to buy their Indian mangoes. We must not forget that India controls over 50% of the world's mango farms. Why should they charge so much for something that is so abundant in their country? It is time that they share their geographic blessing. It is time that we end this scam, and if that means war, then so be it.
But what if we lose the war?
Nonsense! We are the most powerful country in the world! We saved this world from Hitler and Mussolini, and we've beaten the Soviets. Our military power is unparalleled in this world. Just look at our military spending. It is over $500 billion per year, almost 20 times as much as India's military spending. We can't let this go to waste. We have to use this to protect the interests of our country. Backing down to India will only show that we are weak and unprepared for war. This scam has gone on long enough. America will not be pushed around anymore. I have a dream that one day our nation will get the respect that it deserves and that we will live in a world where prices are fair. I call on you Americans today to help me fulfill this dream, to help this country get what it deserves, and to make a united stance. Thank you. Any questions may be directed to my staff.
And so we must support our president and our country. We must stop tolerating this injustice in pricing. War may seem frightening, but as FDR would say,
that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
This is not just a meaningless fight for a fruit. It is a fight to protect the honor of this country and the American people that make up this nation, who suffer each day from unfair pricing. It is time for us to show that we are indeed the greatest country in the world, and as John F. Kennedy once said,
And so, my fellow Americans, Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
are only grown in India, and these Indian mango companies have unfairly exploited this.
Go.
Some Indian